Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Hello. Hello, everybody. You are all welcome. You are all welcome. Let me see who's in the room. Let's see who's in the room. Tell me who you are and where you're joining us from whilst we're waiting for others to join us. Let me see who's in the room. I can see Sis T. Good afternoon, Sis T. I can see Mo. Good day, Mo. Tell me who you are and where you're joining us from whilst we're waiting for others to join us. Good afternoon, Mo. Let me see who's in the room. I can see Sis T. Jabulani, good afternoon, Jabulani. Good afternoon, Sis T. It's going to be another fruitful session indeed. Tell me who you are and where you're joining us from whilst we're waiting for others to join us. Sis T, good afternoon, Mo. I really appreciate your support. Mapula, welcome. I can see Sis T. Call your friends, guys. We're waiting for a few more people to join us. Another fruitful session indeed. Tell me who you are and where you're joining us from whilst we're waiting for others to join us. Sis T, good afternoon. I really appreciate your support. Mapula, welcome. I can see Sis T. Call your friends, guys. We're waiting. All right, I'm dealing with the echo so that we don't hear that echo very much. Sylvester is on track to join us, but I'm going to wait for a few more people to join, and then we'll start today's session. Elmarie, thank you very much for joining us again today. Mapule Mdletshe from KZN. Mapule is very clear about the fact that he's at the KZN capital, Pietermaritzburg. As you know, KZN moved its capital city to Pietermaritzburg. So welcome from the capital of KwaZulu-Natal province, Pietermaritzburg. Jabulani from Limpopo, welcome Jabulani. From Tzaneen, we're still waiting for more people to join us in the room. People from Namibia, from Ghana, from Ireland, from the Philippines, who join us every week. We're waiting for them to join us. As much as we are waiting for university students from University of Pretoria, University of KwaZulu-Natal, CPUT, CUT, DUT, TUT, as well as University of Limpopo, ladies and gentlemen. They are welcome, University of Limpopo, University of Venda, UWC. You're all welcome to join us. Where are the vetsies? I'm hoping that you all join us. I'm just looking at the time and looking at who's in the room, and we will start. We'll do a recap of what we did last week, and then we will continue. Today, actually, we do want to see what the app looks like and whether we can actually use it, the app that we started developing last week. All right, Jabulani Donald from the tropical paradise of South Africa, Limpopo. the tropical paradise. People are praising their provinces here. Virginia Mabitsela is from Virginia. Virginia from Krugersdorp. Welcome, Virginia, and everyone else who's joined us, who's not announcing themselves, you're welcome. You don't have to out yourself, but we appreciate you joining us. It's a learning space. As you know, what we do every Sunday on this platform is to grow. The idea is to grow, to learn, and become better people. We grow when we are able to reflect and we can see what is it that went wrong in our journey. We grow when we are able to craft a journey forward. We have goals, and we can craft a journey forward and follow through with our plans. We grow when we miss a step, we are able to say, okay, I miss a step there. It doesn't mean I'm the devil. I just missed a step. And we trace back, and we get help, and we move on. We grow also when we stop being entitled. When we stop being entitled, when we understand that nobody owes us anything, that's when we grow. When you know for sure nobody owes you anything, people can help, people can make opportunities available to you, people can support you, but actually nobody owes you anything. When we start realizing that it is in our hands, that we have agency to make things happen for ourselves, that's when we grow. When we realize that we can't just go out all the time and just ask for favors all the time. We'll ask for favors sometimes, but not all the time. That there are basics that we will not ask for help with. You know, like 300 rands here and so on and so forth. That's what we're not going to do. And on this platform, we are trying to plug you with skills, with opportunities, with wisdom to make sure that you are set up to succeed in life, because we know that it is very easy to be derailed. It is very easy to stumble when challenges come your way. And so that's why we do the sessions that we are doing. At this point in time in this series, we are dealing with AI, artificial intelligence. And we've offered you artificial intelligence fluency courses offered by NetCampus, but we've also made you aware of many other artificial intelligence courses that are online for free. If you go to the previous sessions of the YouTube channel Sunday sessions, you'll see that I always put in the comments those links that you can click. I think on 3.4, if you go to my first comment there, you'll get links to free courses offered by Google, by Microsoft. IBM also offers free courses. Take them and learn rather than sit and not knowing what's next. Okay? We've also said, of course, we understand that data is not cheap and the government is not giving you free data. You can't just sit there and say, government is not giving me free data and therefore I'm not going to learn. No, we make a plan, right? We make a plan. So you find out places where data is free. Your nearest public library, data is free. You go there, you literally camp in the library. You go inside the library the whole day and you do whatever you want to do online. They cannot chase you out. It's a public library. Okay, so let's be smart. The idea on this platform, the Sunday sessions, is that you win, that all of us can win. It doesn't matter what your haters say. It doesn't matter what your detractors do. We are here to make sure that you win, okay? And I can tell you that. I've had a lot of haters and detractors, all right? But I can tell you, you can still win, okay? Let them have heart palpitations. You win, okay? That's why we are here. I'm going to ask Sylvester to join me. Let me see who else is there. Ngwenya Luxon is joining us from Honeydew in Johannesburg. Boyki Mpore is joining us from Benoni. Welcome, Boyki. Welcome, Luxon. And Tibello, it says it's that time again. Free space, real talk, big value. Don't sit this one. Thank you very much. Tibello is joining us from Palapia, my favorite country in Botswana. Beke Libeke, we are here to learn, to grow, and learning never stops. I have every qualification you can talk about. Okay, I've got PhDs, I've got masters, honors, whatever, but I learn every day. And here I am today teaching you about AI, even though I didn't do computer science. Why? Because I chose to learn. Sylvester said to us a few weeks ago, I never forget this, where he said, you do not need permission from anybody. You don't need permission from anyone to actually learn how to use AI. Okay? You don't need permission from anyone. You don't need permission from anyone to actually say, I know how to use Claude and I'm going to use Claude to make money. Nobody can stop you. It is a free country, and you can do literally, you can become an expert tomorrow, because these days knowledge is free and it is online. So that's why we are here to help you. I'm trying to get Sylvester. Let's see who else is there. Dr. T. Munyati, welcome joining us today. We really appreciate. Happy birthday, Dr. T. It's your birthday today. Happy birthday. Wanda Lubisi, thank you very much for Wanda for joining us and for the encouragement. I really appreciate it. Let me check where Sylvester is. I want to do a recap, and then after a recap, I'm going to call Sylvester in so that we start talking. All right, so I'm gonna do a recap after Sylvester has joined us so that he can hear what I'm saying. He was just asking me whether he should enter the room. Yes, Sylvester. Sylvester, by the way, is a young person from Harangua, co-unit Mangmang Yadi RDP houses. That's where he's staying. Sylvester doesn't have parents, lost his parents a long time ago. When I met him, he didn't have parents. He's one of the beneficiaries of the Adopt a Learner Foundation, and we supported him in his studies. A bright young man. Okay, of course he hasn't graduated with his degree at UNISA, but that's neither here nor there. His capacity remains. His capacity remains, and he's working online, and he's a good example of what you can do. When you know it is your freedom to do these things, okay? When you know that you can do these things, you don't owe anybody an explanation. Sylvester is that example. Sylvester has shared with us before how his enthusiasm came about, and then he also shared with us how he started working online, where he started. If you want to see that, go to the episodes that are there online on my YouTube channel, and you'll get Sylvester's story. And then Sylvester went on to teach us what he knows in this environment. And so, Sylvester, welcome. I was waiting for you to join us so that I can then start talking about telling people, sort of doing a recap on last week. Okay, so what we did last week, Sylvester took us through a process of developing an app. I told him the kind of app that I would like to have. And I said, I want an app that can help me with my mentees to schedule appointments. First to register and then to schedule. And because I want to decrease the number of lost appointments, or to make sure the honoring of appointments, the number of appointments honored increases to 80%, but we also wanted an app that can rank very well. Sylvester started us on Claude, and we clicked on Claude. Remember that Claude is an AI tool that you can download, and it's free of charge. On Claude, we clicked, and then we went to PRD Maker on Claude. Sylvester showed us how to do that. You can go to session 3.6 to see that. When we got to PRD Maker, it asked us several questions. What kind of app we want, what problem are we solving, how will we know how will we know if it's performing well. We wrote everything, and from there, we then, after we clicked enter, What Claude did, it elaborated on our needs, the needs of our app, what we need. Then we cut that and opened an AI-enabled app called Notebook LM. Open Notebook LM and we pasted what we got from Claude, okay? And what Notebook LM did for us, it developed code for us. That's why we didn't need to know how to code, because Notebook LM did that. After Notebook LM did that for us with the code, we then asked it to craft a prompt that we can then take to Gemini 2.5 Pro, because Gemini 2.5 Pro, it is free and it's one of the best when it comes to app development. Okay, that's why we went to Gemini 2.5 Pro. By the way, we're doing all this because we want to do this thing for free. We know that you can do it for quicker if you subscribe and you pay, but we're going for things that everyone can access. So we then took that prompt that Notebook LM had developed, we then posted it on Gemini for Gemini to engage with it and create a code for us. And indeed, Gemini created a code, and there we had an app. And when we stopped last week, remember last week we were struggling with electricity and so on, that's when we had that code. Almost that code is an app, okay? But we paused there, and Sylvester was starting to tell us about GitHub and so on, a prototype, but we didn't get to that because time was up. We've got to finish in an hour. Now we've got 45 minutes, and I'm going to go to Sylvester and say, Sylvester, I've sort of taken our viewers on the process of rapid app development up to where we ended last week. Now, can you tell us, where do we go from here?
Good day, Kathy. Thank you once again for this opportunity to connect with your wonderful audience. By the way, just to say, I watched the last program on YouTube. I could see the guests who attended real time. Many of them are quite distinguished, high achievers in their own fields. Some of them I even follow on social media, so it's a great honor, and I'm thankful for them. I also just want to say that when I check your YouTube episodes, I notice that people don't subscribe.
Oh, yeah.
Quite a lot of people are watching. I just want to encourage them to just hit the like button. I think what you're doing here is great. I appreciate it, and we're all getting to benefit.
Thank you. Thank you, Sylvester, for reminding people to subscribe to the channel and to like the channel. That's how the channel grows. Thank you very much.
Yes. Okay. So last week we just created the files in Google Gemini, and so what we had to do was you download those files into some directory on your computer, and of course that's an app.
Yeah.
But now you have to move from safeguarding it and deploying it safely. So I thought we would speak about GitHub and IDEs. And of course, the IDE that I'm working with is Visual Studio Code. Okay. So I'd like, I don't know if then I need to share my screen so that we start the process with. Okay. So I will share this with you now.
Yeah. Whilst you're sharing, Sylvester, let me remind people that you are welcome to write your questions on the comment line on YouTube. I can see the questions here, and I'll be able to read them and ask Sylvester. Otherwise, I will keep asking Sylvester questions as he goes along. So Sylvester, you can post your screen so that we can see what you are doing.
Okay. I will share. Okay. So I'm just going to go online, go
Yeah.
to GitHub. As you can see there, it says github.com. Enter. But this is my own account. So okay, let me just show you from here. So,
But first explain. You said GitHub, it's your own account. So what you're saying is that each one of us, if we want to do this, we must open an account on github.com.
yes.
Yes.
So the best way to understand GitHub is if you're using Gmail, for instance, you've got Google Drive, which is where you save your documents there. Now, when I work with people on different projects, I'll go to Google Drive, create a folder, and then I'll share the folder with people. I'll just put in their email there, send it to them. And when they click on the link, they can access the folder. So it's hosted online, and I can share work with people. And I can also decide the type of permissions to share with people. So, for instance, on G Drive, I can give you permission to create files, to modify them, or sometimes I can just give you the rights to view and comment or to simply view. So that's the best way to understand GitHub. Really, it's a virtual a platform where you can collaborate with people and create different versions of your project. Now, let's say, for instance, you're using Facebook now. The version that you're using on your Facebook is like a snapshot of the app at a particular point in time. At any point in time, there's a group of people who are working on the app. They are improving it, developing it, adding new features. And once they are done, they will do what we call merging. So maybe I should just show you here. So this is my account. These are the projects I've worked on before. And then here it says new. So this is a new a repository. A repository is like your workspace. It's a new workspace. Like we're designing an app now.
Yeah.
So we're gonna create a repository. So it's important. This is one of the most important things to do. Let's say you are a student, you're studying at varsity, and you only have you use the university computers. So you go there, you create your app on the university computer, and after that, you leave. Someone else comes in, sees your app, maybe decides it's a waste of time, deletes it, and then all of your work is gone. So usually, immediately after creating an app, you want to come here and back it up here, and then you can create the files on the computer you're using, because now the app is hosted online and you can access it from anywhere.
Yep.
So now we are creating, let's call your app, what was it? Mentor Sync. Now it's telling me here that Mentor Sync is available.
Which means nobody has used it. The name.
Yes. And then here we'll just create a description. What do we call it? A scheduling.
Registration and scheduling of mentorship sessions.
Okay. Registration and scheduling. Sorry about my typing there. For mentorship sessions.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there. So now, here it says public.
Yes.
Public or private, which is to say, do I want people to access this thing? If it's public, then anyone can see it online.
So which means, but which means anyone, when you say anyone can see, anyone can see register and register for that, right?
No. So
So-
this is the code.
Okay,
They are
then
giving
make
you
it
the
private
code. So-
then make it private, because we don't want everybody to see the code. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's private.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to make it.
Yeah. What we want
private.
is, once it is done, we want everybody to see it so that they can register. But before it's done, it must be private. Yep, go ahead, Sylvester. We've got 36 minutes.
Okay. Okay, and then here, start with template. No. Add a README. README file is a file that anyone who wants to work on the project will see it, and it basically sums up what the project is, whatever you want people to know about the project before being part of it. So no Git ignore. Yes, these are the files that Git has to. So GitHub is the home of Git, but Git is like a special software that's designed for version control.
Okay, Sylvester, you know what we are interested in at the moment?
Yes.
With Gemini has developed the code for us, so the app for us in code. We want that work that Gemini 2.5 Pro has done to then go on, and so that we can see then not in code but in proper stuff. Okay, so the nitty-gritty of behind the scenes of GitHub is nice, but not for now. Do you get me?
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just worried that we're spending time on the nitty-gritty of the. So you can explain to us, but get to the, because we want to know what happens. We want the step-by-step of that. Yeah. Because we're not coders. Do you see what I mean?
Okay. So I've just created the repository now. We're going to upload the files that we created last week.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was coming to this stage.
All right.
Mentor sync. So it open.
So we are dragging those files from Gemini 2.5 Pro to here.
Yes.
Yeah. I saw someone, Omurant was saying he wants to learn how to code, whatever. If you are joining us for the first time, it will be much better for you to look at the other sessions. Start with 3.1 and look at the sessions. You will learn as to how we got here. They are not long. It's 1 hour each. You can look at one per day. In a week, you will have covered what we've covered so far. And you can see what we did last week, because what we did last week was really to start the process of coding. Are you still dragging the files, Sylvester?
Yes, I am. For some reason, it's not responding.
Okay. I see Sineli Izwi, and I saw Naomi from Namibia. Thank you so much for joining us, Naomi. Naomi, sorry, Naomi. Sineli Izwi and Amorari have retracted their messages. That's fine. Sylvester's computer is a little slow, I guess. Today we don't have an ESCOM problem.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
For some reason, I'm really, really struggling to. I don't know why this is.
So basically, what we are doing is to drag the files from Gemini 2.5 Pro to here. And here, what is this here? Is this Claude PRD prototype maker? Oh, this is GitHub. Okay.
Yes.
And we dragging them here because we want to keep them safe.
Yes.
But actually, we could drag them to Claude PRD prototype maker.
Before then, So I don't know why this is not working, but there's another way that we can do this.
Yeah.
And so last week I spoke to people about Visual Studio Code.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
I was just thinking that we are here because we want to keep our code safe. Is that the reason why we are here?
Yeah, that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
But also to invite other people to work on this file. So like you can create them and then send a link to someone else. Maybe you've seen that many people like your app and now you want to develop it fully. So you would share it. At some point you're going to share it maybe with people who are much more experienced with software development.
Yes.
Then
so what I'm proposing, because GitHub is not responding, what I'm proposing is taking time to respond and we don't have time. I'm proposing that, and you should tell me if technically this makes sense. I'm proposing that we go to Claude PRD Prototype Maker because we've got the code. Let's go to the prototype maker and make the prototype. Is that because you are trying to take us somewhere where we can again safeguard our code, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm saying, let's just say we don't care whether we lose this code or not, we can develop it again. We are making a demonstration today. We'll go back because this is about safe keeping, okay? Now, can we drag this to PRD Prototype Maker on Claude? Is it reasonable?
Yes.
Okay. Now, people who are listening need to understand why I'm saying that. I want us to go to PRD Prototype Maker because then when we get there, we Sylvester will explain to us. I want us to get there to now develop the prototype so that we can see what it is. I understand that on GitHub, you go to GitHub to make sure that it's there, you don't lose your code, but also that you get other people to collaborate with you, because once it is there, some people will come in to perfect it here and there. Very experienced people can do that. They will come in to support here, to contribute here and there. But at this point in time, because we have limited time, we don't want to wait for Sylvester's computer to get alive again. Sylvester, as I'm talking, you get into that. Yeah. So we want to go to Prototype Maker. Over to you then, Sylvester.
Okay. So I take it now you can see where I am. Last week we came to, just to recap on what we did last week, we were here. This is where we started. Mm-hmm. We went to create one-pager PRD Maker. What product or feature are you building? So we answered these questions. Those who saw it last week, and then we clicked generate PRD Maker here. That generated a PRD. So that today we're gonna go just because we were out of time last week. We rushed through it, but we would have come. You just scroll down on the list of artifacts.
So what we are looking for, we are back on Claude. We are looking for a PRD prototype.
Yes.
Are you struggling to find it?
Yeah, I'm just scrolling through. Oh, there it is, PRD to prototype.
So there are many artifacts. You've got to choose the right one, PRD prototype, yeah?
Yeah, that's why it's so important to work. Okay, so now we're going to choose the file that we created last time. Here it is. We're going to say generate prototype. So this is important just to understand what you're working with. And then once you've seen what the prototype looks like, you can go back to PRD Maker and keep refining it until you get exactly what you want.
Yeah.
And then another benefit of this is that there are even VCs, venture capitalists, funding institutions that will fund your idea just by looking at the prototype. So it's far better to pitch and present your idea if you have a prototype. If I come to you and say, please give me 1 million rands to build this and this, if I'm just using words, the words are not so appealing to us. We aren't built to respond so well to mere words. But now you create something like this, a person can see exactly how this thing will work, and then they can give you funding to build it from scratch. So this is taking a little bit of time, but...
Yeah. While Sylvester is getting, I'm sure it's your network that's weak, Sylvester. There's someone in the comments, Boyki Mpore. Boyki, I would like to talk with you because we can also chat with you here online. I want to ask you to slide into my DMs. If we're on Instagram, I would call you in. But I can see that you are also offering to mentor people who would like gain knowledge with coding. We don't want, we on this platform, I don't necessarily want to teach people coding because we can get coding, we can get these AI to code for us. But I would like to know more about what you do, and so that more people can benefit from your knowledge. Okay. All right. So Mentor Connect is up. Talk to us, Sylvester.
All right. So I don't know if the viewers can see all of this, but this is what the app is going to look like once it's finished. You can see there's registration there. There's program selection. Now people will be able to create to see what programs you're offering. If it's a single session, a 1 month program, a 3 month program. So the app will look exactly like this.
Yep.
And let's see.
And someone can just click on what they want.
Yes, and then there's a payment method. There's a drop-down list, bank transfer, PayPal, credit card, other. Upload payment confirmation, transaction reference, payment date. And it says continue to profile setup. Then there's profile. Here, they'll upload their professional photo, attach their LinkedIn profile, their Twitter handle, their personal website. It says optional there.
And then and it's got somewhere where they indicate why they need mentoring.
Yes, there it says there, what do you expect from your mentor?
Exactly.
There they are. So they get to, and they get to show you what their core skills are, what they expect to get, what their key achievements are. And then there's also scheduling. This is where, as a mentor, you share your calendar with them. They're able to see when you're busy, when you're not.
Yep.
So the days that you're busy, you can see that they are shaded differently.
Yes. And so the potential mentee can just select a date that is clear and is suitable to them.
Yes. So these are the dates that are available to you. So they'll just click on them, and you'll be available to them. And it says there, complete registration. So these are the things. This is basically the program, the app we're building.
Yeah. So this, what people are seeing now is the app. And of course, if I wanted to improve it, I just go to the code. That's why that information, that code that we put on GitHub, people might add things, experts might add things to improve it, and then we'll see them manifest in the, we'll still have to cut and paste here, right? If we wanted to improve it.
No, so what you've done here is to specify what you want to see.
Okay.
how the app should look like and how it should behave.
Okay.
But the app is the actual code that we generated elsewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, so I may have what was the question again?
I was wondering if now, because now I said I want this app like this, and I want,
Yeah.
maybe I want to add some other information that I need from potential mentees. Maybe I want to see the highest qualification or where they did their high school, and it's not on the form. I have to go to the code that is on GitHub, or do I start afresh?
Yes, so you go to the code that's on GitHub and you start working with that.
If I don't know how to code, how do I do that?
So if you don't know how to code, we've already we used Gemini 2.5 Pro last time.
Yes.
So
So I start at Gemini 2.5 or for 2.5 Pro.
Yes, but the reason why I went to GitHub was to show you that all of these models we're using, Claude, Google Gemini 2.5 Pro, they all available to you within GitHub.
Okay.
So you're able to access them through GitHub. That's why I started. Well, I started here so that people kind of get the flavor of what each model gives you as a standalone. But if you want everything that you can get from it, I mean, if you want everything under one umbrella, they can just go to GitHub. Okay. Maybe I should go back to GitHub there and show people how to access all of this.
Yeah, you can go back there. I guess go back there whilst I'm talking. I guess that's the reason why someone said to me what Sylvester is doing with the 3 apps, Claude, Notebook LM, Gemini, can all be done on one AI tool, which is GitHub Copilot. Okay, so of course, GitHub Copilot Premium you pay for, that's why you can do all of those things at once. And as I said, we are using tools that you are getting for free so that everybody can get access to them. We don't want to use something that you have to pay for. We know that you can do these things quicker if you have paid for certain services. But what we're using is GitHub Copilot, the free version. Sylvester, go ahead.
Yes, that's correct. So we went this route to say, let us include as many people as possible into this, especially, I'm thinking about someone who's staying in the township, is looking for a way to break into this world of app development. And they want to start here. So as you see, I'm back in GitHub. I clicked on GitHub Copilot, and then it shows what's available to you. So when I scroll down, it says install Copilot in your editor, Visual Studio Code. Now I'm using Visual Studio Code. If you can see to the left of your screen, yes, Visual Studio Code here. It's what I use, and I'll show you just now how you run the app within Visual Studio Code. So it gives you the option to install Copilot, to chat with Copilot anywhere, start building with Copilot, and so on and so on. Now it says here you are using Copilot for free. Upgrade. Okay.
But upgrade is gonna require us to pay, right?
Yes. So these are the models. All of these models I was using, they all available to me, even if I'm using the free version. Well, not all of them. You see here, you've got Anthropic Claude 3.5. Now 3.5 is an old, but it's good. But it's an old model. Their best model now is 4.1. 4.1. So, but you can't access 4.1 here because you're using a free version.
Yeah.
I'm also using Google Gemini 2.0. Gemini 2.0, if you recall, we went to Google AI Studio and we were able to access Gemini 2.5 Pro, which is their best model. So within GitHub now, if you're using the free version, you're not able to access 2.5 Pro. You only access Gemini 2.0 Flash, which is their old model. So it depends. If, let's say, you're a professional, you're working, but you want to break into this world, you've got the means to pay, then you're going to upgrade. Okay. So you can see here, it says when you upgrade, you'll receive access to Anthropic, Claude Sonnet 4, GPT-5. GPT-5 came out just 3 weeks back. Everybody says it's the best model now out there. Gemini 2.5 Pro and more. All of these are available to you.
All right. Sylvester, in the last 15 minutes that we have, I want us perhaps, I mean, because we now saw the prototype, so the app is, is now available, it's online, of course, as it is, it can also be on the phone. Anything you wanted to say? Because I wanted us to close with a few questions so that we benefit from your wisdom and experience in this space.
Okay, so there's 2 things we can do now, which is to go to Visual Studio Code. I just want to show people how you use Visual Studio Code to interact with your code, and how it interacts with GitHub at the same time. So we can go that route, or we can take questions now. I don't know which you prefer.
Okay, I'm thinking that the crowd that we are working with is not people are not necessarily tech buffs. Okay, they are here to learn. All right, now I want to pause here. And I was going to ask you to take off the screen and come back online. Come back so that people can see you. Sort of stop sharing. And then I want you to talk to us, because I want us to understand the essential tools. Okay. The essential tools that you consider absolutely non-negotiable for rapid app development. What are the essential tools? Those that you consider absolutely important if I want to develop apps quickly.
We've already spoken about GitHub, and of course we had a meeting, myself, you, and another professional who's willing to come in and go into a detailed look to how GitHub works. And I think GitHub, you have to understand how it works. It's the number one. And then the other thing that you have to understand, the second one, is how to use IDEs. So IDEs are integrated development environments. They are designed to help make coding easier. There are people who are such great coders that they can just open a simple notepad on their computers. Others a person can open Microsoft Word and start writing code there because they're so great at it. But for most people, especially if you want to finish your work faster, you would need what we call an integrated development environment. There are a lot of them on the market. If you just go online and you type integrated development environment, you'll see Eclipse, even all sorts of them. I'm using Visual Studio Code now. There are even AI enabled ones such as Cursor. There used to be another called Windsurf. But those really help you work faster, and you should get yourself familiarized with.
Okay. And then, you sort of taken us step by step in terms of a rapid development workflow, okay, from initial concept or idea to an app that's deployable. From what I saw, the app that you showed there, it showed the different aspects that I needed, that I wanted on my app. But
Yes.
what's the biggest mistake that you see developers make when they try to speed up their development process? What's the one mistake that people make?
The one mistake is to rely on the codes that you download that AI generates for you. So you have to test everything. And so I think you have to familiarize yourself with how to test software and how to get it to make sure that it doesn't break on different platforms. There was a time I recall when the web was changing a lot. I mean, when I started learning web development, there was this thing called HTML5, and it was new at the time. Most people were using the old versions. But so if you were developing an app at that time, you were developing it most likely for the new environment, HTML5. And then the websites would just break on older, earlier browsers. So you had to learn how to create an app with what you call graceful degradation in mind, which means that the app would break. You anticipated that it would break, but you try to make sure that it breaks as gently as possible. So that's one thing that you have to do, that after creating, share it with your close friends, ask them to play around with it as much as possible and try to see where it breaks and how it breaks. If you're creating for Apple software, say iOS, or for Android, understand the specific nuances. What will a person using a Samsung phone see when they open, and what will a person using the latest Apple phone see? It's not usually the same, so you have to take time. You want to develop an app within 1 hour, it's possible.
So Sylvester,
But just
yeah, go ahead. I didn't realize you didn't finish your sentence.
but test is not. It's possible to develop your app rapidly, but try to understand the risks that are inherent within that. I mean, I read a paper during the week released by researchers from NVIDIA that was detailing the risks that vibe coding. I mean, to give an example, two months ago, there's an app that everybody liked. It was called, I think, the T app. It was built for women to gossip about men. I don't know if you heard about it.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, so if you wanted to, like, maybe I'm asking you out and you're not sure, am I a good person, you just go there, post my picture, my profile, my social media handles, and the app would search for you, and other women who know me, it would be broadcast to the entire women's community.
Wow.
Yeah, and so they would give their feedback on the type of human being I am. So the idea was that it would protect women.
Yeah.
Obviously, women liked it. It trended. It was a big deal for about 2 weeks. And then it broke down because some hacker went in there and used it to steal people's personal information.
The personal information of the women?
Yes, of the women who were there.
Wow.
And then they could do whatever with it. I mean, they could create their own website and shame these women.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so because the app was vibe coded, as it were, and the security features were not built in. That's why we say if you're vibe coding an app, you want to make sure that you're building an MVP, the minimum viable product. So the type of information that you will ask for, usually you will be asking not so much for people's banking details or whatever. You usually don't integrate payment systems. You ask for the basic because you want to say, is there what you call a product market fit, which is to say, is there a market really for this thing that we're building?
I think that's important that you are saying that, because someone is saying, after, it's Omorari who's asking, after the app is developed, what do you need to put it in Play Store? And I was going to ask you, because what we're doing here, what we've done here is to develop a prototype. It doesn't mean that this app is, as it is now, is already ready to go on the App Store, because we don't yet have the minimum viable product, whatever requirements, whatever. So information can leak to other people. Other people can access the information and use it for whatever. Hackers can, right?
No, so the app has not been deployed, so
Yeah.
to speak. I mean, we're
Yeah.
building this publicly, so
Yes.
whoever's watching it. But let's say you're building it in your own space.
Yeah.
You've downloaded the file there in your computer, right? Say, and then you back them on GitHub. It's fine. Then you still. That's why I thought we would go to Visual Studio Code, but you said we should take questions first. You would go to Visual Studio Code, and then you would further refine it. And after that, the App Store has its own process. Apple App Store, Android, Google Play Store, they both have their own processes. And you pay a minimum, I think, on the Android, on the Google Play Store, you pay about $25 subscription.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The point is that we are not taking it there. You need to pay. So what we have is a prototype. But if I wanted to go that route, I mean, I could take this prototype somewhere to people and say, fund me, I've got this app that I want to deploy, blah, 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 and we'll go through the whole process until it goes onto the App Store.
Yes, you can do that, or you can just deploy it to the App Store.
Okay.
Once you feel it's ready, you just deploy it and
To
you
the App
ask
Store.
people. Yeah, and you
But
ask
then
people.
how will I make sure that it's secure? Because I don't want people who are registering for my mentorship program, their information to be leaked or to be used, against them, if you like. They are registering, they think the information comes to me, but if I haven't put security measures in place, then it's possible that some hacker can take the information and use it for whatever reason.
Yes. Well, the best way to do that really is to make sure that if you're vibe coding an app, make sure that it asks for minimum information. So people shouldn't. The best way to safeguard your data is to make sure that you don't put it out there in the first place.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if I put it on the app, it is out there. I mean, once it's.
Yeah. Don't. If it's my app, I'm building an MVP. I'm not going to. I'll ask for basic information: name, surname, not banking details.
Yes.
Not ID numbers.
But if I ask you for your email and your cell number, those also can be used unethically. Do you see what I mean?
Yes, they can. But how do I say this? I think it's up to you, and it's up to you. Yeah, it's up to you as a developer to decide what minimum thresholds for safety are.
Okay.
Yeah, but the tools that are available now, if you're using GPT-5 or Claude 4.1, they can also help you to build a robust, to build and to test a robust framework for data protection and encryption.
Okay.
Yeah, but if they,
Let's close
Yeah.
with this question, Sylvester. Jimmy's asking, he says, well, he's making a point, and I would like to hear your view, because he says it seems AI has not replaced the work of developers entirely. You still need some basic programming knowledge to deploy the app. Your view?
Yes. Well, to deploy it, you can deploy it without much basic knowledge, but to make sure that it is the quality of an app that you want to attach, someone like you would want to attach your name to. Yes, you absolutely. In fact, there's a report that came out recently that said most developers at these big companies don't see much improvement from AI systems yet, because the AI systems make so many mistakes. Then you can build something very fast using AI, but then you have to debug it, remove all those wrong things that have been put in there by the code, and so they spend just as much time debugging it as they would have if they were building it. But so the people who are benefiting most are people who with no programming experience, because you can build and deploy quickly. And so the key challenge is to build your MVP and to test for product market fit. Once you've validated it, you can go to the next step, which is where you involve the more knowledgeable senior engineers. So another question is that there's been a fear that is going to, as Jimmy was saying, that is going to just obliterate the job market for software developers especially. But it seems from our experience that it's only creating jobs, because now if I don't know how to program, before I would just leave it and say the cost of entry is too high. I was speaking to one developer 2 months back. I said, look, I've got this app. I want you to build it professionally for me. He said it charged me 290,000 rand.
Wow.
And he wanted a shares in my company. So I don't have 290,000 rand. I don't want to give away equity in my company. But the cost of entry is too high. But if you're using AI, then that lowers the cost of entry.
Yeah.
The distance between when you develop an app and when you can hand it over to a senior engineer to refine it for you, that becomes dramatically reduced. And so more and more people are brought into this space, which is why I'm so excited about this, because I'm hoping that there could be someone watching this who's interested in how we can extend this to the township. I am very, very worried that tools such as this, they're only going to make the rich even richer.
Well, that's why we have these sessions on Sundays. We are hoping that township kids can join and see possibilities. But we are also hoping that people who work in NGOs with young people in townships can sort of invite you to come and work with the young people in the townships to teach them how to do this. Actually, saying teach them is one way, but actually to free them. For young people to know that these things are there, they are free. What are these things? What are the resources that are there? How can they use them, to make a living, to make their lives better, to access opportunities and so on. My hope is that there are people out there who are watching, who actually can draw on this resource, because it is not always the people who are doing community work, who are working with young people, who have the skills and the knowledge and the appreciation for this kind of information. You don't have an NGO, but you're doing this. And so my hope is that there can be a meeting of minds, and then Sylvester can get to work with other community groups. I see that there are other people who've just joined. Semi, thank you very much for your affirmation. Thank you very much for everyone who joined us today. I've seen your positive messages. I've seen your questions, and Sylvester has engaged us again today. So let me say thank you to Sylvester, and thank you to all of you. We'll see you again next week, same time, same place, as we learn together, as we grow together, as we become better people together. I'll see you next week. Have a good week. Bye-bye.